Hello, people, and welcome to another edition of yours truly, Josiah Willis, here today with another. I give you my top 10 hip-hop albums of the year 2022. Happy New Year, you guys. We are here, January 1st, 2023. I am doing my top 10 albums again. In case you missed last year's, I did hip-hop in 2021, R&B in 2021, and Christian hip-hop in 2021. Starting with that first. We want to do it different. Each year I'm going to try to do something different. So we're going to start off with hip-hop, and then I will go for R&B later, and you'll see my CHH one eventually. 2022 was an eye-opening year for me. How so? Because it was followed up with by far some of the greatest music in hip-hop history. Newcomers, veterans, people who've been doing it for so many years. And then you have some of the greatest returns to form in Kendrick Lamar and J.I.D. And I'm thinking to myself, like, hey, if anything else, in Dreamville, J.I.D. came out with his album. Oh my God. A lot of choices, a lot of picks that I had taken into deep consideration. And it was hard. Trust me, you guys. It was very hard. Even some of the honorable mentions I should consider to be in the top 10. Nonetheless, I have them in my honorable mentions. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please do me a quick favor, and that is to like, comment, subscribe, and views. Put your minds out there. No links of these songs will be down in my description below. I'm going to give y'all my honorable mentions, and then we'll transition into the official top 10 albums of the year 2022 in hip-hop/rap. Here are my 2022 honorable mentions. They will be considered in my top 15. With no order, I'm going to just go right here and say the names. And if you enjoy the album as much as I did, great. If you disagree, that's fine too. You have a valid opinion. You have a valid criticism over my top 15. I am not going to hold you for ransom because you said, I disagree with that. You know what I mean? Because, I don't promote violence. I promote positivity and love and peace. And if you're a believer in God, I promote my faith. Here are my top 15 2022 honorable mentions in hip-hop/rap. Token, Pink is Better. Saba, Few Good Things. Earth Gang, Ghetto Gods. Boogie, or Westside Boogie, More Black Superheroes. Dreamville, D-Day, Against the Grill's mixtape. Shout out to DJ Drama, by the way. Smino, Love for Rent. Kenny Mason, Russ. Westside Gun, Peace, Fly Good. Griselda in the house. Absol, Herbert, Top Dog Entertainment. Tana Leon, Sleepy Soldier. Little Sims, No Thank You. Freddie Gibbs, So Separately. Ransom, No Rest for the Wicked. Husky, Anti-Hero. And Redville, Learn to Swim. Now that is out of the way, I will get to you guys my top 10 hip-hop albums of the year, and then I'll also provide you my top 5 records. I recommend you listen to the album from there. Starting at number 10, we have Cordae, formerly YBN Cordae, From a Bird's Eye View.
I was riding through my mama hood, rolling in Jeep. I ain't playing with you niggas, boy, I'm playing for keeps. Fuck you pussy ass niggas, try and prey on the weak. I ain't talking too much, I only say what I mean.
From a Bird's Eye View was one of those albums where I definitely enjoyed in January. It came so early though, and people were already calling it album of the year, best rap album of the year. Literally, like, it was album of the year contender, and everyone was sold on the idea that Cordae had his album of the year and that he had his best album up to date around that time. But Cordae didn't have any strong enough records to really solidify that he could make an album that where it would transcend hip hop, let alone do him very well in terms of getting a Grammy nomination, which he didn't. And I would love him to get a Grammy nomination. He's a really talented artist, but it was a very solid project. And as good as it really was, didn't have enough stronger, I would say, singles coming out of the album, showcase where he could go from his longevity going forward. So really dope album, by the way. I will say that. It's a really good listen. Has some really personal tracks on there. Vulnerability is a great, strength of his. I also think that he also has some really interesting features on his album, and it has some of the best songs that came out this year. My top 5 from the album I highly recommend: Mama's Hood, One For Me, C. Carter, Sinister featuring Lil Wayne, and Chronicles featuring her and Lil Durk. Special record. Cordae is at my number 10 of top 10 hip-hop albums of the year, 2022. Number 9, we have Earl Sweatshirt, Sick.
I'ma need a bigger bag for the cohort. Tryna make a millionaire out of slum dogs. Bet that head crack blunt force. Cozy with the East Africans up north.
I thought that album was honestly very, very entertaining by Earl Sweatshirt. Coming out of Odd Future, you know, he's been doing his thing for the longest of time. Some rap songs, critically acclaimed, and then you follow with this one. 10 songs, not very, very long at all. Like, it's just one of those albums where it's like, you listen only for 10 records, okay, cool. But if you listen to it back, it grows on you, and it grows on you so much more. It definitely grew on me. So I thought this overall project really, really showcased how much he has grown as an artist. He's a father now. He's doing some big things in his world. So what can I say? Proud of the guy. Sick is actually a very capturing project where it details a lot of different stuff. His suffering, him not being able to be out as much as he would like to, and then some other different things that he really touches on in regards to his family, his youth, his beliefs. It's a really interesting album, I will say. My top 5, let's go with 2010. Sick, Vision, Tabla Rasa, and I'm gonna say Fire in the Hood, which is the last record off the album. I highly recommend checking it out from the album, Earl Sweatshirt's Sick. At number 8, Conway the Machines, God Don't Make Mistakes.
Life is about trials and tribulations and overcoming obstacles, but I'm tired of shit I'm facing, cause it's not only mine, got everybody's situations that I gotta make better, and that shit take cheddar.
Man, Griselda is in the house once again. Yes, Conway the Machine's album this year really, really sold me to be even bigger of a fan than I was from last time, because this man talked about a lot of different things. And as much as you would like to hear the gangster rap and I'm a boom, boom, shooter, shooter, bang, bang, whatever, you got more of a personal Conway like you have never heard him before. And when I tell you, listening to the album, you are shocked at what you find out about his life. My top 5, Lock Load featuring Being Single, Tear Gas featuring Lil Wayne and Rick Ross, John Woo Flick, Conway, Benny, and Westside Gun, Stress featuring Wallow 267, and last but not least, let's go with Chanel Pearls with him and the beautiful, the gorgeous R&B legend herself, Jill Scott. At number 7, Benny the Butcher, Tana Talk 4.
Yeah, I made it ugly in the streets. They talking cute on these records. Pull this tool out my boot and y'all gon' shoot towards the exit. When you raw compressing, you might look at a new car, a watch, or a new loft as a few small investments.
Man, how can we not start off with Giant Peace Caddy? Like, him and J. Cole obliterate that song. But then Cole, you know what I'm saying? I've been saying this for all the time, and people have always discredited Cole for him being boring, him not doing this, him not doing that. And then Giant Peace Caddy, I feel like everyone was told to shut up and just listen. I'm just saying that bluntly, but also with all due respect. Because J. Cole does love hip hop. He can hang with some of the best there is in the game. He just chooses to follow in his own footsteps and do things for himself. But people tend to forget that because everyone wants to say J. Cole or put on a claim that he's not the greatest that he says he is, and he's not really showing forth that that's level of skill of hip hop, or he's not going to deliver on that level. And I think he outshowed himself with that. But it's not about Cole, it's about Benny. Benny has provided everything we love about him. That street mentality, his past glory, to his present glory, what he's going to do in the future. And he just brings about strength and humility, and he has some funny punchlines that will just knock you right off the couch. If you let him, obviously. My top 5, Johnny Peace Caddy, Super Plug, 10 More Commandments, Uncle Bun, Bus of Bricknet. I highly recommend you check those out from the album, Tana Talk 4. by being a butcher. At number 6, we have Denzel Curry, Melt My Eyes, See Your Future.
Let me take you higher than herbalists climbing treetops. This is not rap, my nigga, this more like bebop. Classic Freddie Hubbard, these words are uttered like dairy cattle, making sure the rain lasts forever. I'm sleepless in Seattle.
Man, this album, from top to bottom, could have really made it as my number 1 pick, really. Because it's just everything I love. I love concepts. I love storytelling. I love Denzel being Denzel on here because he's a great rapper. And he just really told a great story with this project. And he has some nice features, some really unexpected features, might I add, to put it in better perspective of how talented he really is as an artist. So I'm telling y'all, check this album out when you get a chance, because this was one of the best albums in 2022 for sure. My top 5, Walkin', The Last, Mental, Ain't No Way, and Sanjiro. From the album by Denzel Curry, Melt My Eyes, See Your Future. At number 5, Pusha T, It's Almost Dry.
Buffalo shrimp from my Himas. Coke deals upstairs at the Ramada. The oceanfront motels was popular. And crack was cemented phenomenon.
Everybody has this complaint about Pusha T. I'm gonna agree, it's valid. But at the same time, people miss one thing. And that is, he talks about crack cocaine too much in his raps. And all he talks about is crack and coke and blah, blah, blah. Coke rap, this and that, third. I love his interviews where he explained that Martin Scorsese made drug-related boss mafia films. And if he had went outside of that box of doing other films, you would have been like, what is he doing? Like, we like these films a whole lot better. That's Pusha T's illustration on why he does the music the way he does his music. That's why you get It's Almost Dry. Because at the end of the day, Pusha T is putting a lot of different time into this record. We might get a future album with him and his brother, Malice. I would definitely be down for it. Come on, you know what I'm saying? I remember clips, so let me some clips. My top 5 from this album will go with Diet Coke, Neck and Wrist, Just So You Remember Who You Dealing With, Brambleton, and Let the Smokers Shine the Coops. Well, throw in Call My Bluff, and then, Open Air and Hear Me Clearly, and I Pray For You, but I go for those top 5 because those top 5 hit harder, like a punch. At number 4, we have Joey Bada, 2000.
40K for the rollie with the leather band, no time to parlay. Life is too short, we came a long way. From pissy hallways to courtside up in Barclays. Stunning is the sport, the way I'm balling, we could all play.
Joey has not released an album since 2016, you guys. All American Bada came out in 2015, 2016, I think. Yes, one of those years, with 2000 being his highly anticipated third effort. Joey delivered and hit on all cylinders. Let me tell you, the features on here from Diddy. He has Westside Gun on here. We got Larry June, Cabela Gray, Chris Brown, which I did not expect at all. Like Chris Brown, Joey Bad, like not in a million years. And then J.I.D. on What I'm Beloved. J.I.D. never wastes a verse, a feature. He always kills it. I'm telling you, I'm a big ATL fan because I'm an ATL myself, but not really, I'm a human. Anyways, here are my top 5 from the album: Where I Belong, Zip Codes, Wanna Be Loved, Survivor's Guild, and Make Me Feel, from the album 2000 by Joey Bada. Check it out. At number 3, Nas, King's Disease 3.
To Portofino sitting high in the cliff. From a younger dude with a crew and we was working the shift. Your South Park cartoon characters, I'm convinced they never been scared to death while staying calm in the twist.
Or Nas and Hit Boy, King's Disease 3. You get the point. Nas came prior in November, which is my birthday month. But in December, I had to go right in and be like, I don't know. But Nas' album is so good, bro. I've given it more than one listen ever since I've done those reactions on my channel towards Nas' King's Disease 3, track by track reactions, you know what I mean? to avoid copyrights and then YouTube trying to block my stuff. But that's a whole entire different story within itself. Okay, it's all good. I thought Nas did a good job with this album. His 15th studio album, and he is highly influential in terms of hip hop. He's an icon. What he did outside of his album, embracing 21 Savage, doing a record with him to let bygones be bygones and not go through conflict, let alone a nerd diss, and then some beef steering in the pot. Nas matured and has matured ever since then to now. And this is one of the reasons why King Disease 3 is at my number 3, my top 3 list of hip-hop albums of the year 2022. My top 5, Thun, Michael and Quincy, Hood to Hood, WTF, SMH, and Beef. Beef. Listen to that. The metaphors, oh my God, storytelling. Love hip-hop, bro. At number 2, we have J.I.D, The Forever Story.
Look, pardon me, but a part of me looking for more. Giving my heart, my art, my artery, what do you want more? Minority boy black, looking for joy, they snatch it. Looking back, paying it for it, but I'm tapped. I lap tap water and tap dance and tabernacles before.
I know you people are going to get upset with me and try to hurt me and strangle my throat. I'm like, please. No, listen, J.I.D's album was a classic. I'm not taking that away. Dreamville hip-hop masterpiece, as I said in the title description when I did the video. The thing about J.I.D, though, is he's still coming to his own as a rapper. I think that he's doing a great job. I think he's been doing rap for as long as he did, has put in the work, has put in the hours, for thousands of hours that he's put in, and I think it has been shown with this work. This album really told the story of J.I.D's family. Growing up in East Atlanta when there was hard times and things that weren't always looking smooth or good for him, but at the same time, I think what he's done so far is just great. The Never Story was critically acclaimed. The Caprio 2 was critically acclaimed. And I think going forward, he will transition into his senior album where he will show all the growth, all the maturity, and will come out with an even stronger album come the following maybe year or two or so. I don't know. We're in 2023. We shall find out. But until then, J.I.D was close to being my number 1. I'm not even gonna lie, this hurt me. This really did hurt me because I love Jid. But at the same time, there's a valid reason for why I didn't pick him as my number 1. And we're gonna get to in a minute. My top 5, Radar, Dance Now, Crack Sandwich, Surround Sound, Cody Blue 31, and Money. I like all the records for the most part. Enjoy every single one of them, but those are my top 5. I highly recommend you check it out for different reasons. Last but not least, drum roll please. My number 1 pick for the best hip hop album of the year 2022 goes to Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
Daddy issues all across my head. Told me fuck a foul, I'm teary-eyed. Wanna throw my hands, I won't think out loud, a foolish pride. If I lose again, won't go in the house, I stayed outside. Laughing with my friends, they don't know my life.
An album talked about him going through therapy, where he doesn't want it. He doesn't want to go through no therapy at all. He's like, leave me alone, right? But by the second half of the album, he goes to it. And he details a lot of trauma, a lot of family hardships. Explains, some of his family members, I think, not necessarily being, popular in some regard based off of their sexuality. He's also explained in details about, what he's going through as a father, his fiance, his cheating, his infidelity. The album is by far Kendrick Lamar's most personal, up-to-date yet. And he really outshined himself on this one. From the double time rapping, from the beat switches, from every feature he had on here. And I don't think no one really expected a feature from Kodak Black, let alone anyone else. But that may just be his J. Cole to his 21 Savage, his yin to his yang. So yeah, we got that. Rich Spirit is one of my favorite records. Count Me Out is a record that helps me get motivated and not full of doubt when I think about it. And then I think to myself, to Silent Hill was a fun record. My little brother did dance to it. He's dancing to Silent Hill. My mom loves Silent Hill. That's her go-to song. She, plays it at work from time to time, which is like, okay, Mom, I see you. Crown remind me of some Outkast stuff, and there was a bit of some great records on this album where I went, man, Kendrick Lamar, for the most part, not only did his thing, it took him 5 years, you guys, 5 years to come back to hip-hop. And did he do it? Yes, he did. He did it good. He did it great. He did it all around phenomenal. And once again, I have yet to hear the album by him where I've said to myself, this was a miss. This was not a miss. This was a hit. All throughout. Hi, Mama. See, say hi. Coffee in the background, you guys. Interrupting my stuff. Try to go to my top 5 right now, okay? All right, so as far as my top 5 we go, my top 5, N95, Rich Spirit, Count Me Out, Silent Hill, and Savior. There's some other classic records on that album though, like We Cry Together. That was an argument full of toxicity, blown out of proportions, but it was real. It was raw, it was uncut, and it was magic. And Taylor Page, the actress, you did your thing. You did your thing. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys enjoyed my top 10 album of the years for 2022, I would like for you guys to do me a quick favor, and that is to like, comment, subscribe, and views. Put your minds out there. No links in the description. We're just giving out my top 10. Probably put some chapters in there for you to go right here and see for each one. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. In the meantime, I love you guys. Happy New Year. Merry belated Christmas. And 2023 is shaping up to be the year for not only you, but for me. Because I'm going to remain consistent on this channel going forward. King Life, we are out.